Hello again. Happy Wednesday. I am Dr. Tara, and I am joined once again with Denise Farquharson as we discuss career transition and emotional intelligence. And today's topic is dealing with obsession. Are you overwhelmed with being obsessed, particularly with your career? And as we take a deep dive into this topic, so many different things came to mind when you think about obsession. It could be that it's just you could consider it an addiction. It could be that you see it as being, it could be workaholism. It could just simply be an obsession that you are really unable to walk away from, or you choose not to walk away from the priorities of the day as it relates to the job that you do, the organization that you work for. And as we kind of toyed with this topic earlier, Denise and I were talking about just the different stages in our careers, our own careers, and which obsession probably played a major role, although we may not have called it that. I know that many times I made the choice not to disconnect, whether that was to have my computer present at my daughter's activities, being available all the time, or feeling like I needed to respond in a particular time frame to those who I partner with in my career. And over time, you find that you should find, if you haven't, that obsession can really start to impact you mentally, physically, and emotionally, particularly when you do it for a long span of time. And in doing that, being able to, one, if you don't have those individuals around you to help you or to notice, should I say, they're observant to push back a little, to have a very strong conversation with you, but also having self-awareness. And many times I was definitely guilty of that, of not having that self-awareness, that it could have been an obsession early in my career, in which I was really overwhelmed, but it was also self-inflicted. It was a choice that I was making at the time, to be obsessed, or to work longer hours, or to do what I felt that, or thought that I needed to do to be successful in corporate America. Denise, your thoughts?
I love that last sentence, Tara. Wait, I'll turn around the words and I'll call it self-inflicted overwhelm to achieve and be successful. It's another way of looking at it, isn't it? And, when you highlighted this topic, it took me back to a number of years ago when I was at the height of my IT career. And it was self-inflicted working hours, not having my lunch breaks, jumping from meeting to meeting to meeting, and actually getting work done, but in the early hours of the morning or late hours at night, the
Oh, yeah.
weekend. And it created a situation where I was physically and mentally affected and exhausted. And it really caught me in my career journey. I couldn't transition anywhere. And it caused me, an impact. It caused a massive impact on how I then pursued the rest of my career. And I'd really encourage anybody who's listening to this that actually, if you recognize any of the things that we have just highlighted, as Tara said, taking your laptop to your child's basketball game, doing the things where the laptop's probably at the dining table whilst you're still eating. It could still be on, it's never turned off, for instance, or you feel as if you have to stop what you're doing to answer person A or person B when task C is actually the priority. If you're recognizing any of that, what we highlight really and talk about is the fact that you need to have that self-awareness about it. Stop, think, assess it, and determine, actually, is this really helping me or not? Because one of the things that it is doing is it's probably hindering your career transition. Why? Because you are so obsessed with this particular activity, project, program, that it may well be causing you to not really think about what's going on outside of that circle. where your expertise, your quality, your excellence could actually be helping and supporting and making money, even. It depends on what sector you're in a much more elevated way. And so the way your brain works will be stunted when you're obsessed. Whereas when you're not obsessed, your brain actually has the influence to be creative and come up with new, fresh, innovative ideas that actually company B may well be looking for you, and they're not finding it because you're so caught up in that hamster wheel, round and round and round all the time. Taras?
That's a great, that I like the way you use that hamster wheel, because basically you're out of control. And when you think about being overwhelmed or being obsessed, that means that it's definitely time for you to gain control. Finding ways to create balance in your life, prioritizing your own ability to go up in the organization or out to a new opportunity, because ultimately the choice is yours. But in order to do that, you have to have self-awareness, which I know, like I said, I was guilty of not having early on in my career, of where you are, taking that assessment of yourself to really be honest on whether or not you are comfortable in embracing that you are more than the title that you have. There's so much more to who you are, the work that you want to do, and trust. And let me be very clear: there's a difference between being obsessed and being passionate about the work that you do. There is a distinct difference, and it's really important for you to be able to dissect and to separate the two, of what they mean to you and how you approach the work that you do. So definitely, as you think about being obsessed in your career or in the job that you do, start by taking an assessment of yourself, and I'm pretty confident that that will lead you to really dismantle other things that may be going on in your career that's leading you to with the inability, or to say no, or to walk away, or to just really take a pause on how you're showing up for others around you.
And I like the piece about the passion, because if you're going to actually coach yourself and just stop and assess, then actually, treat it as if you were your line manager or your director or your coach coaching you, and being honest and saying, well, am I doing this because I'm obsessed, or am I doing this because I am passionate? Because that will probably give you the answer as to which area you lie. Now, if you answer passionate, then actually maybe that career is the place to be, and you just need to assess and revise some of the behaviors around it. But if your answer is obsession, then Tara and I are on this call really to really support you in giving you those tips that we've given, the strategies that you can take. The tools can be, for instance, myself, I support people just to be strong with their emotional intelligence, to really look into themselves and be totally self-aware and self-manage how they are behaving in a particular aspect of their life. And taking it further to then determine, okay, so what's my vision? What's my goal? And therefore, which path should I then take using my own strong leadership traits that are within you? Everybody has them, but you probably don't recognize that they are there. And they are the things that are going to help guide you and direct you to the right place. And Tara, with what you do and offer to clients, let's have some more about that in terms of their journey.
Yeah, so great question. And I partner with women to, one, let's just take a self-assessment of where you are in your career. You know the answer, whether you need to go up or out, but I partner with you to help you to really get comfortable in communicating, one, what the value is that you're bringing to the organization, or that you can take and as you think, consider going or transitioning out, what that looks like for you. And whether it's up or out, we put together a plan for you to take action to awaken your career, so that you are able to really show up differently, emotionally, mentally, and physically, for yourself first, but then for all the others who are waiting for you.
That's great. So with that, please feel free to connect with us and to follow on LinkedIn as well. We come up every Wednesday and we have another topic that we're going to cover next week. So please do tune in, and it was great for you to listen to us. Stay in touch. Take care. Bye-bye.